Um, alright, so this is story time about like my first time like getting high. But like well technically it's my second time. And like the reason for that is cause fucking my first time I don't even really count it because like I didn't even get high, bro. I just had a panic attack, not even going for it. Let me turn my mic up. Alright, so really I just had a panic attack my first time. But this was the next day, right? So my first time I was by myself in my room tweaking the fuck out. Okay. Second day, right, of me owning my first cart. Basically, I was having a sleepover at my friend's house, and so I went over there. But we went to his like aunt's house. It was like a half hour away because basically there was a wedding in his family the next day. That's why I was sleeping over, is because he wanted me to go to the wedding with him so he wouldn't be bored or some shit. I went to his house. We went to his aunt's, and like we had gone on a walk. We went to like the little neighborhood park and we just started hitting it, right? Because he never hit no cart. I never had a good experience off one yet. But we was at the park, and like, you know, we didn't do it that much, and we wasn't really feeling nothing. But then it was a ride. Like we was still feeling it. Like, it's not like it was bad. But then we went home back to his house, and we went in his room, and we just got straight to it, bro. Cause it was late at night, so he said, "Oh yeah, my mom gonna be in bed." So basically, we had like started fucking, just chiefing and shit. He was chiefing it more than me, and I remember we had Donda playing in the background, bro. And this dude don't even like yay, but he said he was floating to that shit, right? So we were just having a great time. He was playing Skate 3, and we was just chilling, bumping Donda, bro, and it was kind of fire. And then all of a sudden his mom knocked on the door. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention was I ain't know that cars had a smell. My boy had lied to me basically. Because my first time hitting it, I was on FaceTime with him, and I was like, oh my god, I have to worry about a smell. And he was like, bro, cars don't smell. This was lying straight to my face because they do, bro. Um, I don't know why he was lying straight to my face. Maybe he just stupid. So basically, we were under the impression she wouldn't be able to smell this shit when we heard her knocking on the door. So I stuffed the cart in my pocket, and she comes in. First thing she says is, "It smells like pot in here," and we're like, "What? Trying to play it off." But we both hot in the motherfucker, and she started getting mad. She's like, "Who has it?" And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm all worried. We all tweaking out, right? And his mom keep pressing us, and we keep denying. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go get Rachel. I forgot to mention his mom is a lesbian. They're actually not divorced, but that don't really matter. This is back in October, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So it's like fairly recent. She goes to get his stepmom, right? Because his stepmom, by the way, is a cop, a officer of the law. You could say an officer of the law, bro. So we were worried. We're like, what the fuck? And one of the excuses we had used when she was pressing us was that like his room was dirty as shit, and he had like plates with just like food from a week ago on that shit. So we were like, it's probably just one of his rotten ass foods stinking. And she was like, okay, we got to clean this room up then. So we went and we got a trash bag. We were cleaning the room up while she was going to get his stepmom. And I saw it's a Muha, by the way, the cart. So it's not very big. It's the old gen ones. The new gen ones wasn't out yet. I saw his shelf full of Xbox games, and I was like, you don't think, right? So I proceed to grab a fucking Xbox game, Battlefield Hardline to be specific, and then I try fitting in that shit, and it works, bruh. So I close that shit into Battlefield Hardline. We put that shit back, feeling secured in a motherfucker. She could still catch us high, but she ain't gonna find the cart. She not finding that shit. And his stepmom, though, she was chill. We saw his mom come back with his stepmom, like, oh, don't you think it smells like pot in here? And she just like laughed it off and walked away. She didn't even say nothing. She just went like, tsk, and walked away. So she ain't even really care. So we less worried about that now. But so his mom come in talking about some. All right, who has it? I'm not, because if you just tell me, I'm not going to be that mad, but I just don't want you to lie to me. I don't want you to lie to me. And we were like, yeah, we're not lying, but we don't have it. And then we start playing the card of like, yeah, well, I actually do wonder what the smell is, you know, like we're trying to get on her side and shit, trying to relate to her, whatever. And then she actually pulls out the alley oop of a century. She says, right, could it be something you brought home from the concert? Because you guys kind of smelled like that after the concert. And for reference, we had seen Joey, Joey, this Joey right here. We had seen Joey like 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half before this incident. And coincidentally enough, I was wearing my shirt from the concert, and we just whipped out this absolute putback slam dunk of, oh my God, you're probably right, because I'm wearing the shirt and it's signed. So I haven't washed it yet because I only wore it a couple of times. I'm not musty, guys, I promise. I just like, this is like my second, maybe third time wearing this shirt, because I didn't want to wash it because I had the signature on it. I didn't want the signature to come out. I've washed it since, and the signature did not come out, by the way. So don't call me fucking musty. So I was like, oh my God, it's probably this shirt because I haven't washed it because it's signed. And she's like, oh, hold on. Then why wouldn't I smell it in the car then? And we were like, oh, I don't know. But it was probably because the fans blowing in here. We had basically told her that, and she believed it. She said, okay, I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt, but, just, I don't like if you guys are lying to me. And we were like, well, no, we're not, man. This is what it is. I just asked. We were like, oh my God, we got away with it. And this shit was fucking crazy. It was the scariest shit of my life. So we were like, oh, we got away with it. Oh, whatever. We relieved as fuck. We don't touch that shit for the rest of the night, obviously. So we go to bed. All right, so it's the next day, and we woke up, and we got ready for the wedding, whatever. We went to this wedding. It was like a Hispanic. I forgot to mention his family Hispanic, but like his dad white, so he not like fully Hispanic, but like it's a Hispanic side of his family. So this was a Hispanic fucking Catholic wedding. So they was singing all these church songs in Spanish. So the whole time I was sitting there like, oh, I don't know what's going on. But then after the wedding, we go home, right? And then our other friend came over because he was coming to the reception with us. So we start getting ready for the reception, and my friend don't know what to wear. So he just started throwing shit on. He throw like this white Rolling Stones like tongue t-shirt on. His mom's like, nah, you're not wearing that. He's like, okay. But we was all wearing white shirts because I was wearing my Joey Torment shirt. So and our other friend was wearing just a regular white tee. So we was all wearing white shirts, and he wanted to like match us. So he went and found the only other white shirt he had, which was his school shirt. And his mom was like, no, you're not wearing that either. Change back into the other one. So he went back upstairs, changed back into his original fit while his mom was rushing him, which had me pissed off for him. And so I'm out. I start going outside, waiting by the car for him to come back out, because I don't want her to be fucking mad at me, because that's not my mom, bro. And so I'm standing by the car, and she out there. She look at me. The sun is all up in my eyes, and she say, "Why are your eyes red?" And I'm like, "Cause the sun's in my eyes." Like, bro, get off. So that shit just made me mad. But then he come out. We go to the reception, and I'm all worried because when his mom was mad at him for not getting ready, she's like, "I'm drug testing when we get home." So I was like, "Oh fuck!" And the entire time we were at this reception, we are researching, because we didn't do none of our research before this shit, bro. We were researching like, how long does it take to get out of your system? I don't know how we thought that shit was just gonna be a couple days, bro. So we start tweaking out like, oh fuck, you're cooked. And he starts telling me like, hey bro, if she catches me, I'm saying it was mine. I'm not gonna, fuck your shit up, whatever. I'm like, okay, thank you, bro. But I'm hoping the best for you. And we were bored at the reception, but his mom could tell we were bored. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna just take y'all home. And we were like, oh, thank fuck. Because I was trying to get out of there. I wasn't trying to get drug tested too, the fuck. So I was trying to get out of there. So we started leaving. She started taking all of us home. I'm like, I was honestly planning on, before all of this, sleeping another night at his house. And she asked me, are you coming back? I was like, oh, no, I gotta go home. I got family over, which was true, but I didn't have to go home. So she took me home. I had the yard. I had everything, right? I was so relieved to be home. And especially because his mom don't know my mom. So I wasn't worried about none of that happening. But I'm all worried about, is he going to get a drug test? I'm texting him the whole time. He's talking about something. Yeah, she dropped me off, but she went back to the reception. And so he started getting in bed with her. She's still not coming home. And he was like, okay, what the fuck? But she be out late like that sometimes, so he wasn't that worried. Come to find out, bruh, she was there till like 2 a.m. He texted me saying like she came home drunk as shit, and he was all like, yo, it's like she not good, bruh. And she didn't say nothing about the drug test later that night. She came home at like 2 a.m. just hella drunk, bruh. And she was texting me all about this. And come to find out, the next day I was asking like, oh, how's shit with your mom's? And he was like, oh, she's at a friend's house right now. He texted me later that day just about like, yo, bro, like my mom's not home. I just checked her location. Tell me why she's like at a hospital or something. And I was like, what the fuck? That's kind of weird. What's she doing at a hospital? Because he had asked his aunt that lives with him and his stepmom, and they both said, yeah, she's at a friend's house. But her location says she in a hospital. So he's like, what the fuck? And then I was on FaceTime with him, and we were just talking about some other shit. And it was like 10 minutes later, he checked his mom's location again, and it was a jail. So now he's like, okay, what the fuck? Why is she at jail? Right? He asked his stepmom about it, and she's like, she started deflecting, like, oh no, she just at a friend's house. She just at a friend's house, whatever. He go on the jail registry, bro, and he finds his mom, bro, and it says she's in there for a DUI. So we was finding all this shit out, and we were baffled, bro. His mom had got a DUI that day, and he was like, oh my god, I hope she spent like a month in there. She got to think to herself. So basically, she come home the next day. She's just free the next day. She was just in there for the night or some shit. She forget all about that drug test. She never brought it up again. Apparently, she's still been like on dick about it ever since. Just asking him like, you know, like, oh, you high, whatever. But she ain't never drug tested him. So basically, that's the story about us almost getting caught on our first time getting high. And yeah, us getting away with it. And this is the beat. It's kind of terrible, but basically I'm gonna pause the recording and I'm gonna save it. Basically, I hope y'all enjoyed the story, and yeah, I'll finish the beat. I'll make it good, because this whole thing was like, oh, I'm gonna try telling the story while I make a beat, but then I kept getting sidetracked. I couldn't focus on the beat and the story at the same time. So now I gotta save this beat, so I'm gonna put this shit on pause. Alright, I think I saved the beat. Now, what this beat could use is some recording. Alright, we got the preset ready. Alright, y'all. I done finished the track. It's like, I'm never dropping this shit. But, so, yeah.
There's a lot of places where people talk about me. And I read all of it. Like, everything anyone says about me,
Bitches all the meals, no, I don't know the fucking simp. Yeah, little bitch, I cook on serum, I don't know, cook on him. Yeah, the way she throw it back, no, I don't know if I can handle. Me and Joey in this bitch, and yeah, we live it in the candle. Yeah, I'm in that bitch, I'm trying to see what I can do. Yeah, I pop out with my family outside in the sunny too. I ain't playing with the bitch, I had to hit it cause it sucked. Oh, that philly told me where I love my clothes, they always say. Yeah, bitch, I'm really person, and I'm trying to need your dad. Hell no, I'm beating women, I could never fuck with that. Yeah, this song is some booty, but I let it dry. Yeah, I'm making for the video, I guess that y'all don't like it. Yeah, bitch, I'm gon' pull it right. Yeah, bitch, I'm gon' pop it. Yeah, bitch, I'm gon' kill it till I pop it and I rock it. Yeah, this way the last though. We gon' play it up the sky, but you would never be me, even if you try and copy. And I don't understand my sweat, they always wanna mock me. Yeah, bitch, yeah, I just get the bag, but they tryna drop me.
it's so stupid. Oh my god. People act like it's a huge skills test. It's just like this stupid repetition. You just do it forever, and like hopefully you don't fuck it up.